senyal lluminosa vermella amb la paraula èxit. Unes llums al llarg de la cabina s'il·luminaran en la foscor en cas d'emergència.
Doge's Palace, also known as the Palazzo de Cali, is one of the most famous buildings in Venice. Situated on the Grand Piazza San Marco, the palace was the home of the Doge, ruler of the Venice, and the seat of power for the Venetian Republic, which lasted more than 1,000 years. Today, the Doge's Palace is one of the Venice must-see museums. Inside the prisons of the Venice Republic, Piombe and Pozzi. These cells were used exclusively for those sentenced by the Council of Ten, which was from 1310 to 1797. The prison is located on the ground floor of the Doge's Palace, consisting of a damp, tiny cells, barely lit by oil lamps and ventilated only through round holes and thick stone walls. The Pozzi were truly terrible, as inmates themselves wrote on the walls through desperate messages longing for freedom. In each cell, there was a shelf for the few things the detainee could keep: a wooden bucket with a lid to contain human excrement. The old prisons inside the Doge's Palace were later supplemented by the new prisons built across the Rio di Palazzo from the palace at the beginning of the 17th century. The rooms of the armory in Doge's palace contain a valuable historical collection of weapons and armaments from several sources. The core of the collection is already documented as existing in the 14th century, and at the time of the Republic, the armory, under the control of the Council of Ten, was stocked with weapons that would be readily available for the palace's guards. On particularly delicate or important occasions, these guards might be joined by the arsenalotti, the highly trained workforce from the shipyards of the arsenal. Comprising various valuable pieces, the collection of arms was partially dispersed after the fall of the Republic, but it still contains over 2,000 exhibits. These includes very famous examples of 15th and 16th century suits of armor, along with swords, halberds, quivers, and crossbows. Piazza San Marco, or often known as St. Mark's Square, is the city's main public square and contains its most famous buildings such as St. Mark's Basilica and Doge's Palace. Napoleon called it the world's most beautiful drawing room. Piazza San Marco is in the heart of Venice.
glass blowing production. Yeah, we can visit the glass factory where you can see a master's glass blowing demonstration. Our second stop is Torcello, the first is Burano, famous for its bright color.
Burano is an island in the Venetian lagoon, northern Italy, near Torcello at the northern end of the lagoon, known for its lacework and brightly colored homes. The primary economy is tourism. Burano is also known for its small, brightly painted houses, which are popular with the artists. The colors of the houses follow a specific system originating from the golden age of this development. If someone wishes to paint their home, one must send a request to the government, who will respond by making notice of the certain colors permitted for the lot. The island was probably settled by the Romans, and in the 6th century was occupied by people from Altino, who named it for one of the gates of their former city. Two stories are attributed to how the city obtained its name. One is that it was initially founded by Varana family, and another is that the first settlers of Burano came from the small island of Baranello, about 8 kilometers to the south. Glass blowing in Murano. The origins of glass making in Venice go back to the times of the Roman Empire, when molded glass was used for illumination in bathhouses. Blending Roman experience with the skills learned from the Byzantine Empire and the trade with the Orient, Venice emerged as a prominent glass manufacturing center as early as the 8th century. One of the earliest furnaces for glass in Venetian island, dating from the 8th century, was discovered by archaeologists in 1960. By the late 1200s, the production of glass objects of the finest quality was the city's major industry, as confirmed by the establishment of the Glassmakers Guild that laid out rules and regulation for the craftsmen. The purpose of the guild was to safeguard the secrets of the trade and ensure the profitability of the industry.